Most people say they want change, they want success, discipline, and a better life, but when you look at their actions, they're stuck in the same cycle. Distracted, overwhelmed, and making the same excuses. The truth is, transformation doesn't happen in a busy, noisy environment. If you want real change, you need to disappear. Step away from the distractions, from the opinions of others, from the noise that keeps you stuck. Give yourself 1 month, just 30 days, to focus on nothing but your growth. And if you commit to doing these 3 things, your life will never be the same. The first thing you must do is reset your mindset. Your thoughts determine your future, yet most of us are running on autopilot, absorbing negativity from the world around us. You scroll through social media and compare yourself to people who only show their highlights. You listen to people who doubt you, and without realizing it, you start believing them. In the next 30 days, eliminate everything that weakens your mind. No social media, no pointless scrolling, no conversations that drain your energy. Instead, fill your mind with knowledge that sharpens your perspective. Read books that challenge you, listen to podcasts that inspire you, and write down your thoughts so you can see them clearly. Because when you reset your mind, you reset your future. Your mind is the control center of your life. Every action, every habit, every decision you make starts with a thought. And yet most people never take the time to audit their thinking. They operate on autopilot, absorbing negativity, reacting to distractions, and wondering why they never move forward. The truth is, your current mindset is either your greatest asset or your biggest obstacle. Mindset is one of the greatest assets or your biggest obstacle. If you don't take control of it, someone else will. That's why the first step in transforming your life is to reset your mindset. Most people let their environment dictate their mindset. They wake up and immediately scroll through social media, filling their minds with comparison, negativity, and noise. They surround themselves with people who doubt them, consume content that weakens them, and listen to voices that tell them they're not good enough. Over time, these influences shape their reality, reinforcing limiting beliefs and keeping them stuck. If you want real change, you must take back control of your mind. That means cutting out the negativity, stepping away from distractions, and becoming intentional about what you allow into your mental space. For the next 30 days, eliminate anything that drains your energy and weakens your thinking. Stop scrolling through social media mindlessly. Stop consuming news that only fuels fear and anxiety. Stop entertaining conversations that make you doubt yourself. Instead, fill your mind with knowledge and perspectives that challenge and inspire you. Read books that expand your thinking. Listen to podcasts that push you to grow. Write down your thoughts daily so you can see the patterns that shape your decisions. Because the more you understand how your mind works, the more power you have to change it. A mindset reset also means letting go of the excuses and narratives that have been holding you back. Maybe you've been telling yourself that success is only for the lucky or the talented. Maybe you've convinced yourself that you're too old, too young, or not good enough, but those are just stories. Stories that you've repeated so many times that you started to believe them. The truth is, your potential is limitless, but you must first believe it before you can see it. Start replacing those limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Instead of saying, I can't, start saying, I'm learning. Instead of saying, I'm not ready, say, I will figure it out. Because your words shape your reality, and the way you talk to yourself matters more than you think. Resetting your mindset isn't just about eliminating negativity, it's about training yourself to think differently. It's about shifting from a reactive mindset to a proactive one. Instead of blaming circumstances, focus on what you can control. Instead of waiting for the perfect time, take action now. Instead of seeing failure as the end, view it as a lesson. The most successful people in the world don't have fewer problems than you. They just approach challenges with a different mindset. They see obstacles as opportunities, setbacks as stepping stones, and every failure as a lesson that gets them closer to success. If you dedicate the next 30 days to resetting your mindset, you will begin to see the world differently. You will stop being controlled by fear and self-doubt. You will start making decisions from a place of confidence instead of insecurity. You will no longer be at the mercy of external circumstances because you will have trained yourself to think in a way that empowers you. And once your mindset shifts, everything else in your life follows. Because success doesn't start with luck, talent, or resources. It starts with the way you think. Reset your mindset, and you reset your future. Most people never reach their full potential because they try to do too many things at once. They jump from one idea to another, never sticking with anything long enough to master it. They get excited about a new skill, but as soon as it gets difficult, they quit and move on to something else. This cycle of starting and stopping keeps them stuck in mediocrity. The key to breaking free from this pattern is to commit to mastering one high-value skill. Not 5, not 3, just one. Because mastery, not dabbling, is what separates the successful from the average. A high-value skill is something that gives you leverage in life. It's a skill that increases your ability to create, lead, solve problems, or generate income. It could be communication, leadership, sales, fitness, coding, writing, financial literacy, or any skill that helps you grow and build something meaningful. The mistake most people make is thinking they need to be naturally talented at something to be great at it. That's not true. The best in the world weren't born great. They became great through relentless practice and discipline. If you dedicate yourself to just one high-value skill for the next 30 days, you will make more progress than most people do in years. The first step is to choose wisely. Don't pick a skill just because it's trending or because someone else is doing it. Pick something that aligns with your long-term goals. Ask yourself, what skill, if mastered, would make the biggest difference in my life? What would allow me to create more opportunities, solve bigger problems, or provide more value to others? Once you've identified that skill, make it your mission to become better at it every single day. Consistency is everything. Most people quit when they don't see results fast enough. They practice for a week, don't feel like they're improving, and convince themselves that they're just not good at it. But mastery doesn't work that way. Growth isn't always visible in the moment. It happens beneath the surface, like a seed growing roots before it breaks through the ground. If you stay consistent, progress will come. It always does. So that's why the next 30 days are so important. Set aside time every day to practice, even if it's just an hour. Make it a non-negotiable part of your routine, because small daily improvements compound into something extraordinary over time. Immersion is the fastest path to mastery. If you want to learn a language, surround yourself with it, listen to it, speak it, and write it daily. If you want to become a better communicator, study great speakers, practice in front of a camera, and seek feedback. If you want to improve your fitness, don't just work out occasionally. Learn about nutrition, recovery, and mindset. The more you immerse yourself in your skill, the faster you grow. Seek out books, courses, mentors, and communities that can accelerate your learning. Because the more effort you put in, the more valuable you become. The most important thing to remember is that mastery isn't about perfection, it's about progress. You don't need to be the best in the world overnight. You just need to be better today than you were yesterday. If you commit to mastering one high-value skill for the next 30 days, your confidence will grow, your value will increase, and new opportunities will open up for you, while others waste time jumping from one thing to the next. You will be building something real, something that can change your life. Most people rely on motivation to get things done. They wait for the right mood, the perfect conditions, or a sudden burst of inspiration before they take action. But motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes, and if you depend on it, you'll always struggle with consistency. The most successful people don't wait to feel motivated. They build systems of discipline that ensure they take action no matter what. If you want real progress in the next 30 days, you need to stop chasing motivation and start creating a system for discipline. Discipline is about removing decision fatigue. Every time you ask yourself, should I do this today, you give yourself a way out. If you have to decide whether to work out, practice your skill, or wake up early every single day, you will eventually give in to excuses. The solution is to eliminate the need to decide. Set a structured routine that makes discipline automatic. Schedule your workouts at the same time every day. Plan your work sessions in advance. Know exactly what you need to do before the day even starts. The less you have to think about it, the easier it becomes to follow through. Most people think discipline means pushing yourself harder, but in reality it's about making the right actions easier to do. If you want to work out in the morning, set your clothes out the night before. If you want to eat healthier, remove junk food from your house so you don't have to rely on willpower. If you want to read more, put a book next to your bed instead of your phone. Small adjustments in your environment can make or break your ability to stay disciplined. Accountability is another key to discipline. When no one is watching, it's easy to let yourself off the hook. That's why the most disciplined people create systems of accountability. Find a mentor, a coach, or a friend who will hold you to your commitments. Write down your goals and track your progress daily. If you set a goal to wake up at 5 a.m. every day, don't just hope you'll do it. Set an alarm, put your phone across the room, and commit to reporting your progress to someone. When you make discipline a commitment, not a choice, you start to win the battle against procrastination. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking discipline means perfection. It doesn't. Discipline is about consistency, not perfection. You will have days when you don't feel like showing up. You will have setbacks. But what matters is that you don't let one bad day turn into a bad week. When you miss a workout, get back on track the next day. When you fall off your routine, reset and keep going. Discipline isn't about never failing, it's about never quitting. In the next 30 days, your goal isn't to be perfect. Your goal is to prove to yourself that you can follow through even when it's hard. You don't need motivation to be successful. You need a system. Set your routine, remove distractions, hold yourself accountable, and commit to consistency. Because once discipline becomes part of who you are, success is no longer a matter of if, it's only a matter of when. Your environment is shaping your life in ways you don't even realize. Every habit you have, every thought you think, every decision you make, it's all being influenced by the people around you, the content you consume, and the spaces you spend time in. Most people fail to reach their full potential, not because they aren't capable, but because they are stuck in an environment that holds them back. If you want to change your life, you must start by changing what surrounds you. The next 30 days are about resetting everything, and that starts with auditing your environment. Look at the people in your life. Are they lifting you up or pulling you down? Are they encouraging you to grow or keeping you stuck in the same patterns? The truth is, you become like the people you spend the most time with. If you are constantly surrounded by negativity, doubt, and low standards, those things will seep into your mindset. It doesn't matter how strong you think you are, your environment will always influence you. If you're serious about growth, you need to limit time with those who drain your energy and surround yourself with people who push you to be better. You don't need toxic friendships, endless drama, or people who make you doubt yourself. You need mentors, role models, and a community that believes in you. Next, look at the information you consume. Every day, your brain is absorbing inputs. What you watch, what you read, what you listen to. Most people feed their minds with negativity without even realizing it. They scroll through social media, compare themselves to others, get caught up in meaningless drama, and let news headlines dictate their mood. If you want a strong mindset, you need to guard your mental space. Unfollow accounts that make you feel inadequate. Stop consuming content that keeps you stuck in fear and doubt. Instead, start filling your mind with information that fuels your growth. Read books that expand your thinking. Listen to podcasts that challenge you. Follow people who inspire you to take action, because what you feed your mind will determine what you believe, and what you believe will determine how you act. Your physical environment matters just as much. If you want to build discipline, make sure your surroundings support it. If your workspace is cluttered, your mind will feel cluttered. If your home is filled with distractions, you will struggle to focus. Take control of your space. Create an environment that makes good habits easy and bad habits hard. If you want to work out more, put your workout clothes where you can see them. If you want to read more, place books in the spaces where you relax. If you want to stop wasting time on your phone, remove unnecessary apps or set screen limits. Small adjustments in your surroundings can make a massive difference in your productivity and focus. The most successful people in the world don't just rely on willpower, they design their environment to set them up for success. They surround themselves with high achievers, they consume content that sharpens their minds, and they structure their space to support their goals. If you want to take control of your future, you must take control of what surrounds you. The next 30 days are your opportunity to reset everything. Audit your environment, remove what's holding you back, and build a space physically, mentally, and socially that makes success inevitable. Most people fail not because they lack talent, resources, or opportunity, but because they lack consistency. They start something with excitement, but as soon as progress slows or challenges arise, they stop. They wait for the perfect conditions, the perfect plan, the perfect moment, never realizing that perfection is an illusion. The key to success in anything, your career, your health, your mindset, is not perfection, but consistency. The people who win in life are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who show up every day no matter what. The biggest mistake you can make is thinking that missing one day ruins all progress. It doesn't. What ruins progress is the decision to quit. Growth is not a straight line. Some days you will feel unstoppable and other days you will struggle. That's normal. But what separates those who succeed from those who don't is the ability to keep going, even when motivation disappears. Consistency isn't about always getting it right, it's about refusing to give up when you get it wrong. Most people underestimate the power of small, repeated actions. They think success comes from massive breakthroughs, but in reality it comes from simple habits done over and over again. You don't need to work out for 5 hours a day, you just need to move your body daily. You don't need to read 50 books in a year, you just need to read a few pages every day. You don't need to make perfect choices. You just need to make better choices consistently. Over time, these small actions compound into massive results. One of the biggest traps people fall into is the all or nothing mindset. They start a new habit, miss one day, and then quit altogether. They make one mistake and decide they've failed. But failure only happens when you stop trying. The key to consistency is learning how to bounce back quickly. If you miss a workout, do it the next day. If you fall off track with your diet, make your next meal a healthy one. If you break your streak of progress, start a new one. The faster you recover from setbacks, the more unstoppable you become. The most successful people in any field are not the most talented, they are the most consistent. They don't wait for inspiration to take action. They take action first, and inspiration follows, right? They don't chase perfection, they chase progress. They don't rely on motivation, they rely on discipline. They know that success isn't about how hard you work in short bursts. It's about how consistently you show up over time. For the next 30 days, your goal is not to be perfect. Your goal is to be consistent. Show up every day even when you don't feel like it. Focus on progress, no matter how small. Don't let one bad day turn into a bad week. If you keep going, even when it's hard, you will create momentum. And once you build momentum, nothing can stop you, because success isn't a result of perfection, it's a result of refusing to quit.